briefly in colored clothing passing out balloon animals. It sparked a faraway memory, and you felt your lips twitching up before consciously remembering why. How long ago was it that you and Cove watched the amazing Alexander performing magic tricks? Cove, look at the guy out your window. Cove turned his head just a second too late. Who? It doesn't matter. Do you remember the amazing Alexander? Who? He gave us dolphin balloons. Yours popped. You cried. It was a big day. Oh, right. That was a while ago. It was so fun. He smiled faintly. It was the first time we ever went down to that street together, I think. I miss my balloon. He was a good dolphin for that one afternoon I had him. Yeah. Hey, Cove? What were you going to name your balloon? You never told me. Oh, huh. I don't know. I can't remember what kid me was thinking. Probably something obvious like Flipper. You couldn't help the way your smile curled up higher at the sentiment. You wanted to say something else, but you couldn't quite think of what, so you just settled back into your seat. When silence filled the car again, you returned your attention to the window. It was an absolute gorgeous day. You leaned your face to the sunshine and attempted to close your eyes on the gentle rays that warmed your skin. Irene? You lifted yourself up a bit more, seeing your mom twist her torso to face you confused from the front seat of your car. Next to you, was nothing. Cove's car door was already open. You had reached the destination before you realized it. I was asking what time I should pick you up. 4 should be okay. That could give you enough time to finish your summer assignments or at least make a large enough dent. Thanks, Mom. You hopped out of the car, remembering to grab your backpack at the last second. Alright then, have fun, you two. We will. Close your door. The two of you went right to the door of the library. Cove reached it first and tugged it open, stepping inside. He kept it propped open so you could pass through behind him. The air was much cooler inside the building. The air was much cooler inside the building than it had been for the few seconds you spent outdoors. The space is filled with the soft din of papers being moved and whispered voices. Hey, you seem kind of distracted on the ride here. Just enjoying the day. Wanna walk around for a bit? What? I am distracted. So? I am distracted. So? Just enjoying the day. He looked dubious at your vague answer. Okay. What? Don't you think it's nice out?
I don't know.
It's pretty much always nice out here. Your study buddy was standing in front of the library by a long rack of magazines. Predictably, he was flipping through one of the various sports players on the cover, looking intense enough to burst off the page. His head snapped up when you walked over, beaming widely. Hey, Irene, Cove. Hi, were you waiting for a while? Not super long. Derek put the magazines back in its place, then he gestured to the space at his side. Most of the tables were empty, only a few people leafing through the books. There's plenty of room. In unspoken arrangement, the three of you started moving towards the sitting area. Derek taking 2 steps for every one of Cove's. Oh, guess what? I'm pretty sure I've mastered the fake shot. I'll show you some other time. Derek looked to Gurge, something. Gurge. Looked over to something, the level of interest. Do you know it? Soccer isn't really, not really for me. All the sporty stuff Cove liked was beach related. Surfing, snorkeling, bodyboarding. And he didn't play a lot of team games, but he did like doubles volleyball. How does it go? Derek's eyes flashed with excitement as he explained.
Okay.
Well, if you move the ball like you're going to go one way, then you demonstrate it by running a few steps ahead, showing off some fancy footwork. You do it like this, you do it like this, so it does it like that. There's a lot of "it's" in that sentence. You laughed, bobbing your head as the attempt to get the trick across with no ball. Shh. The three of you looked over the checkout desk. The librarian stood behind it. It was wearing a deep frown. You were apologetic. You mouthed sorry. And she sighed before turning back to the book she was reading. Derek scratched his cheek, choosing not to let that derail things. So, what are you guys working on? I don't know, there were some things you had gotten a start with. You had yet to start a single assignment. Because you didn't feel like it. There were some things you had gotten a start with. But it was still early in the summer, so there was a lot left. Oh, I hate math, so I won't work on history. I'll work on my history assignment. We have to do this timeline thing. It made sense to work on that while you were here, since you probably need to construct the reference books. There's some summer reading too. I have to go through an assigned book, but I'm gonna do that later since it doesn't need extra references or anything. I already finished the reading. Oh? It's not that long, and it was way more interesting than last year's book. Good to know. What about you two? I got a few worksheets. They look pretty easy, but my school gave us 3 books to read. Can't they stick with just one? I'm also doing the timeline. You all found the table close to the tall bookshelves and set up camp. Within seconds, pencils and folders and books were strewn out on the surface. You focused on your work. We're studious. We're focusing on our work. You're pretty confident you could get it done before your mom was set to return. You checked the requirements on the homework. Okay, this is all very interesting stuff. We're just gonna... Cove. More like cave. Cove ceased wiggling in his seat. But his puzzled expression told you that your wordplay had sailed over his head. Derek that's the exchange. Because you're going to a cave? On doing your homework? My mistake. You're my mistake. You're a comedic genius. I'm gonna stretch my legs.
Talk to you later.
See you. I'm gonna stay here. I'm making good progress. I'll come with you. You might as well take the opportunity to refresh yourself before getting back to work. The two of you strolled away from where you had been working. Your eyes roamed over the titles of books as you passed by. Some were dull, some were intriguing, and others were just strange. But you didn't spot anything that made you pause and pick it up. Looking for something? Always. Always. No, but something might catch my eye. Always. I tear through books. I might go out of here if there's still enough time. Does it kind of remind you of the clock ticking away? Even after you'd finished your work for the summer, the countdown to the new school year would still be on track. Before you know it, we'll be back at class. Yeah, we just got out and it's almost here again. Are you looking forward to going back? Cove rubbed his arm, drawing your attention to the scar he'd earned as a reckless kid. With his far-off gaze, Not really. I don't want summer to end. I like learning stuff, but the way school does it, I want to grow up already. Cove didn't feel safe knowing it was others who seemed really determined what his life Cove didn't feel safe knowing it was others who really determined what his life was like. You understood that much. You touched him softly. You instinctively reached out to him. Your thumb stroked the back of his hand in a way you hoped was comforting. But there's a chance we could end up in the same classes. That'd be nice. You nodded, glad he was tearing up some. Trust Cove to look on the bright side. That'd be great. A smile spread across his face, crinkling his eyes. What about you? Do you want to go back to school already? Honestly, no. I'm never running to go to school. No, I don't want summer to end either. Maybe you're depressed just thinking about it. Cove nodded, obviously getting where you were coming from. There was really no getting away from the topic of school right now. It prompted you to think back to the classes you were in. You pursed. That word always shows up and I never know how to say it. You pursed your lips. Science class? Science class fascinated you. You hope there will be more cool experience this coming year. You want to enroll in the art class. It wasn't mandatory at your school, but you definitely hoped to participate. And that was all. Each lost your own thought. You continued to stroll to the library for a little while longer, until Cove caught your attention again. We should probably head back. Yeah, I don't want him sending a search party. Before you could take a step, Cove cleared his throat, avoiding your gaze. Thanks for listening before. That's cool, you're welcome. Anytime. Cove smiled, his cheeks pink. You jerked your head towards where Derek had been listening. Time to get back to work. Leaving Cove rejoined Derek and settled back in as quietly as you could manage. Work continued as normal from there. The sound of shuffling dragged you out of your head. You looked up surprised to see Derek packing up. You're done? Derek casually shrugged, but you could tell he felt proud to be to be first finished. Uh-huh. Told you it wasn't anything hard. I wish mine was that easy. Want me to look over it? Maybe I got some tips that'll help. That'd be great, thanks. Gotcha. With a smile, Derek leaned over your part of the table. He took some time to get the gist and point you in the right direction before turning back over to you. He leaned on the back of his feet. Okay, I'm gonna look around while you guys finish. See you. Bye. See you. Later on, Cove shifted in his seat, closing his book as he leaned over the notes he's been taking. Glancing your way, you contemplated what you had done thus far. You had finished everything. You had finished most of the assignments. We're gonna say we finished everything. Oh, okay. Hi. Hello, Doc. So, it's this kind of novel, lol. I did not even see you type that. Hi. I was focused. I'm so sorry. Yes, kind of. I'm a little confused here. Okay. I'm sneaky. You are sneaky. You are very sneaky. You had finished everything. You had finished most of the assignments. Nah, we're finished with everything. I'm probably... Just so you thought, it hadn't been that difficult. You wrapped it up already. Derek's advice made it easier in the end. Are you about ready? It's almost 4. Yeah, I think so. Come on. Blah. Excuse me. Oof. Okay. What time is it? 11? Jeez. The both of you gathered up your books, and after returning the ones you used for reference to their proper shelves, set off to find where Derek had wandered off to. He was in the biographies section. Interesting. His back was to the two of you, one hand above his head and the other supporting himself against a shelf as he strained to grab one of the books. Hey Derek, we're ready.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He glanced towards the sound of your voice, and then up towards the shelf he was trying to reach. I can get that for you. You followed